that Trump has reversed himself on the vote on releasing the Epstein files and saying we got to get this stuff out there so we can start talking about affordability, as if we haven't tried to talk about affordability. Speaker Johnson just came out this morning saying that he's going to vote for the release, even though he was blocking it for 2 months. I think this is an indication, and I still don't understand why Trump was saying we should not release these files when he campaigned on that. That to me makes no sense, because if there was anything truly damaging to Trump, it would have been out. I mean, with the when the Justice Department under Biden didn't have something to release, to leak, then you know that there's nothing there. That's,
Well, you know what I've always said about the Epstein files? Has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Has everything to do with William Jefferson Clinton.
Well,
and
right.
the Clinton and the whole
he's all
Clinton
over
machine.
That.
And other characters.
And you see that Larry Summers is now
getting dating
exposed.
advice from Jeffrey Epstein. Who would have thought?
Well, and it's, I mean,
now he's taking a relief from public.
I think
engagement.
he's done. I think he's done.
You think?
That's
well, and the thing about resisting releasing the files, even though you're right, it was part of the campaign platform, which is full transparency to the American people, is that base is going to start questioning, what are you hiding, and who else is implicated? And now we have more questions. So it was just a smart thing to do, I think, was to release it and to fulfill your campaign promise. But I think the change of heart is because the MAGA base is fracturing right now.
Yeah.
You have a lot of disparate factions. Some of their proposals that have come down the pipeline recently have not gone over well. One comes to mind, 50-year mortgage. I think they've been surprised by how the Trump administration's latest innovative ideas have not been well received by at least the internet discourse on X, which is not necessarily representative of the whole party, but
it's what they pay attention to that.
They pay attention to X. I mean, JD Vance is terrific. He's a real involved, participant on X, and the 50-year mortgage outcry was pretty serious, but from principled conservatives and also MAGA, like the MAGA wing for sure.
Yeah. Well, Ben Domenech has a whole article in The Spectator yesterday on the MAGA crack-up.
Yeah.
Just talking about the whole, since Charlie Kirk's assassination, this whole, MAGA-sphere sort of crack-up between Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens and this, and where's J.D. Vance going to fall in this in terms of the 2028 election, and can you keep this fractious coalition together?
Well, and you can see it playing out. I mean, you've got Cruz, who's clearly got presidential ambitions again, really leaning in against Tucker and Fuentes and those guys. And then, Megyn Kelly, I feel like, is just stuck in the middle, trying to be like, I'm friends with everybody.
Well, she's defending Tucker pretty full-throated on her show. I mean, her interview with Ben last week, and she had both on last week. I thought she just kind of let Tucker say what he wanted to say, and that was fine, and tried to defend whatever he wanted to defend. But I thought she really went after Ben in terms of what he had been saying about Tucker. And I don't know if that went over really well.
I think everybody is trying to toe the line here, and it's this delicate balancing act, although I would argue there should be no leeway given to these very unsavory characters at all. You should not be giving them the time of day at all. But it goes to show you how strange this media ecosystem is, that some of these personalities are potentially trying to court the Fuentes audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And how, because this is all because Charlie Kirk's assassination left a vacuum for common sense, grounded, faith-based, conservative thought for young people especially. And now that he's gone, in his absence, there's all these people that are trying to be the heir, and it's a turf war. It is a full-blown turf war. And when it comes to the electoral politics, I think the Republican Party has a major problem with young people. Obviously, a lot of them flock to Trump in 2024, especially young men. Young women, not so much. So in order to keep retaining the young people in future elections, you have to keep in mind a few things about how Gen Z works. There's a huge Gen Z support for Nick Fuentes because Gen Zs fundamentally, especially men, are skeptical of the establishment. They are very anti-institutions. So Ted Cruz, I think he's a principled, bona fide conservative. But if Gen Z looks at him and says, no, you're robotic, you're rehearsed, you're old guard, you're sterile, you're done. You're done with that group, you know? And so it's a competition. Which candidate is going to somehow appeal to the young people who want something real and authentic, but is also not off the deep end? Because you could easily go off the deep end.
Yeah.